Hey guys, and welcome back to By Any Means Necessary. Thank you for all of your messages, and an extra thank you to everybody who has signed up to my channel. I feel so blessed to so many people who have signed up, so thank you so much for that. Right, I'll go through all your messages, I'll answer as many as I can, but I will like all your messages, even the ones who disagree with me. So, insulate Britain. Just like they're causing the government a right nuisance. So the government have asked the courts to take out an injunction. And I believe in the last few minutes here, Grant Shapps has just tweeted to say that they've received the injunction from the courts, right? So anyone who runs up on from Insulate Britain who runs up on the M25 now, right? Well, they'll be in breach of a court injunction. So they will obviously that's different rules now because you can't be breaking court injunctions. That's not a good idea under any circumstances. Just under any circumstances at all. Do you know what I mean? You know, never ever break one of those, right? Because the magistrates and judges they take a very dim view of that type of thing, and they will send you to prison. Right? There's no if or buts. But you just have to wonder to yourself, yeah, who knew, right, that it wasn't illegal to run up on the M25? I thought that would have been illegal as it is to do that. I didn't realise that you'd need an injunction to take out on someone to stop them from doing stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you know, it's a live carriageway. Right? I'm sure that there's serious laws against that. But then, when you saw the way how the police actually dealt with them yesterday, yeah, the police just run up on the carriageway and just drag them off anyway. So you have to, and then the police already have the powers, yeah, to everybody who they drag off the motorway, right? The police already have the powers to stop that person from going back there without having to actually go to court. The police already, they already have those powers, right? Because if the police think that you're going to commit further offences, right, then the police can take out the police can literally take out injunctions on you anyway to make sure it's like if you're in a if someone's stalking you, right, then you know you go to the police. Yeah, the police can go and see that person and tell that person, do not come back near this person, right? And if you do, then they can they can take it to the next step straight away. Do you know what I mean? Because they've already warned you, right? So I don't it's just amazing that like all these things, yeah, you'd think that there's laws covering all these things already. And by the way, how they've been dealing with it, because if there's not laws to deal with these things already, how comes insulate Britain, right, are not still sitting on the M25 now? How come the police was allowed to just drag them off like a couple of minutes after they got on there, if they haven't already got the powers to do all of that? Do you know what I mean? I think that all of this, yeah, I think all of this is specially done for you Brexiters, right? Because I know already that the police have already got all the powers they need to deal with these people. They've already got these powers, right? The ministers don't need to start going to the courts for injunctions. The ministers don't need to do that, right? The police already have the powers to deal with this. So all of this, right, is for you Brexiters. What they're doing here is it's all sleight of hand, and they're just dancing around the head of a pin for you guys. Do you know what I mean? Say, yeah, well, look at us. We're really tough. We're an authoritarian. What? Tell me something, yeah. Why is it you people want to live under an authoritarian government? Why is that? See, I don't understand. I don't understand the Brexiters. You prefer to live under an authoritarian government. Why? Hmm? Why? It's like you guys would prefer this place to be like North Korea. Do you know what I mean? Just seriously. Do you know what I mean? You guys need to get a grip of your life, man. Seriously. You guys need to get a grip of what's going on with your shit. Seriously. Yeah, that I think there's like over 1 million vaccines, yeah, that's going to have to be destroyed. Um, it might even be more than that, right? And obviously, so if Britain and America, well, I know about Britain's numbers, and Britain's numbers was really high. I can't remember, but I know it was a really, really high number, right, of vaccines. It might have been up to like 10 million of vaccines that they're going to have to destroy in December, right? Because they're going to be out of date. Wow, you think to yourself, wow, that's one hell of a lot of cash, isn't it? On the vaccines, someone's cashing in. Someone's cashing in. I wonder if any working class people are cashing in on the vaccines. Some of the Brexiters, well, we know that someone like Jacob Rees-Mogg, right? He will be cashing in because he is a disaster capitalist. Okay, so any disaster, what's happening in Britain, you guaranteed Jacob Rees-Mogg, right? Cheap shoes for peasants, right? I love food banks because they're uplifting, right? I've moved my business into Dublin, right? You know that he's making money, right, in this type of scenario, right? While you, Brexiters, right, are still living the same horrible life, right? Could be on minimum wage, right? Imagine that. A Tory on minimum wage. Have you ever heard something so stupid in your life? A Tory voter that's on minimum. If you are a Tory voter, yeah, and you are on minimum wage, then you are a fool. You are stupid. You are an idiot. Okay? If you are a Tory, right, and you are on the minimum wage, if you are anywhere close to the minimum wage, right, you are a fool, right? If you're taking, yeah, in your job, let me tell you this, yeah, if you're taking less than £25 an hour, right, and you're voting for the Tories, then man, you're a fool. And because of your actions, yeah, we're living in some authoritarian dictatorship. And it seems like that's what you guys would like, yeah. Before they take, them the vaccines, right, and send them off to the third world, because only 3% of Africa has been vaccinated, right? And they could take them vaccines, they could get them sent off over there. No, they're just gonna make them go out of date. I bet you, yeah, that America has got even more, right? Because that's what the West have done. The West have just hoarded up all the vaccines, yeah, and not worried about the third world. But let me tell you, right, unless the third world is vaccinated too, right, then you know what, coronavirus will keep on going round the world, right? It'll go around the world and come back to us again in a different form. Okay, so it's just obscene. It's obscene for us to see so much, so many vaccines, yeah, going to waste, right? And that's something I think it's come December. So, do you know what I mean? You just have to say, you know what kind of world are we living in? Yeah, when this type of thing can really happen. They know the vaccines are needed in the third world. Right, I saw a report, yeah, on because oh god, I can't remember what her name is. One of them singers, yeah, said something about the vaccine, but she linked it to like Trinidad, right? And then I see, like, in Trinidad, if you see, yeah, how they dealt with coronavirus, right, you would look at Boris Johnson and think to yourself, this man is an absolute clown. He's an idiot. He is a fool. In Trinidad, yeah, a small island, right, in the Caribbean, right, these guys set aside, yeah, thousands of beds, right, just for coronavirus patients, right, so that their medical services, yeah, could carry on as normal, right. So anyone who had coronavirus went there, right? And that's a smaller place. But on a larger scale, you can work this type of shit on a larger scale as well, right? But if you see, I'm telling you, just watch a report, yeah, on Trinidad and Tobago, how they handled coronavirus, right? And then look at your prime minister and tell me, right, that this is a competent person in anything. He's never been competent in anything, right? Anything. And you see, and our CO2 crisis is over for a few weeks, because now we find out for definite that the government has given them money for the next. They're giving them money to last them for the next 3 weeks or so. Right. And obviously, in that time, they're going to hope the gas prices come down so that then they could go back into profit. But you see, because if your business, right, now I'm talking to you, working class Tory business owners, right? If your business, right, um, wasn't profitable for a couple of weeks or whatever, right? Would you have the option of just saying, you know what, what we're going to do, we're just going to close down, and then and the government might just come in and say, no, no, because you've got no clout. Understand? Because you've got no clout, right? So all that would happen, right, is your business will go bankrupt, right? Unless, right, you get your ass in there and you work, right, and you hope in the next few weeks you get back into profit, right? Not with the CO. I think what they call CF. Oh God, I can't remember what the name is, but the CO2 company, and they're one of the only ones in this country, right? But they had a lot of bargaining power, right? So much. Because you know what, yeah, they had all Bernard Matthews saying, you know what, if I can't, if we can't get the CO2 and that, yeah, there's going to be no turkeys for Christmas. And you see, when Bernard Matthews come out and say something, everyone has to stand up and listen, innit? Because we all know that he's an expert, and we like to listen to experts, unless you're a stupid ass racist Brexiter, right? Who don't like to listen to experts. Because if you'd listened to experts, yeah, we wouldn't be in the whole fucked up situation that we're in now. Right? And you see, even though I'm not saying that this CO2, right, has got anything to do with Brexit, because that's all the international gas price. But then you know what, yeah, because we are out of the out of the EU, yeah. So our gas prices, right, are always going to be higher than the people who live in the EU. Even though Boris Johnson told us our gas prices and our electricity prices will be cheaper, right? But no, right? You can only say something like that, yeah, if your country, yeah, is self sufficient, right? You see, America, I think they're self sufficient for energy now, right? We're not, right? Even though, yeah, they got them nasty looking wind turbines, yeah, in the North Sea or whatever the hell they are, right? But those things, yeah, apparently they cost so much money to run, right, that they're not really profitable. And then you say, well, this isn't that just typical of something that the politicians in Great Britain would do, right? Find a green system, yeah, that's not really profitable. I mean, seriously, just have to say, you know what? Have we been run by fools all these years? Is that what's been happening? Right? Have all these politicians, yeah, all this time been a big bunch of idiots? Is that what's going on? Is that what's going on in this country? Serious, right? That they can be held hostage, right, by a company, right? And say, you know what? They're shutting down production, right? If you don't nice us up, right, you have to give us a couple mil, right? Because you know what, you know what, yeah, they've been profitable for years and years and years. I bet you the owners drive Bentleys, right? You know, these people, yeah, these type of people. You know why they piss me off? It's the level of greed from them, right? Because already, right, they're multimillionaires. Firstly, right? It's like Branson, right? When it come down to furlough and all them things there for his staff, and you think to yourself, you're living on your own fucking island, pal, right? And you're a fucking billionaire, right? Pay your own fucking staff. Why should it have to come out of taxpayers' money? But Branson let it be known. You know what? Nah, man, I want my furlough money, and I want money for this, I want money for that, I want money for this. Do you know what I mean? Because you see, it's the level of greed from people who are billionaires that's what pisses me off about some of them. Do you know what I mean? Right? That really does piss me off about the majority of these billionaires. It's the level of greed from them. Do you know what I mean? You look at someone like Mr. Katz, right? He's another one, right? Who was complaining throughout the pandemic, right? But something, no sympathy for him, right? One time, yeah, Andrew Lloyd Webber, he flew back, right, from New York to come over here, right, to vote against like a benefit rights for certain people. Do you know what I mean? You think to yourself, are you serious? Do you know what I mean? Because remember, he's a lord, so he flew back, Do you know what I mean? And you see, seriously, people like that, they just make me, they make me absolutely, you know what I mean? They just get on my nerves completely. Do you know what I mean? You know, because it's the level of greed from them. Do you know what I mean? It's cool being, it's cool. There's some cool billionaires out there. Do you know what I mean? All you have to look at is Mr. Microsoft himself. Do you know what I mean? Bill and Melinda Gates, right? Them two, yeah, them two are the coolest people on the planet, right? Them two. I know they just got divorced, but you know what I'm saying, right? But seriously, them two are just like, if you know how much money, Bill Gates has given away. Do you know what I mean? You would never get, and this is why, this is the reason why, the rest of the billionaires don't really like him so much. Do you know what I mean? Because you know what? He's given away so much money, and none of them can do that. Most of them want to probably get buried with it, right? Like there's some type of fucking, do you know what I mean? For someone to go and dig, that should be the thing, yeah. You say, to the billionaires, you know what you should do, yeah? You should build yourself a nice tomb, right, for when you die, right, and put all your riches in there, right, so people can go and dig you up, right, and take everything and disturb your corpse, right, because that's what they deserve. Do you know what I mean? I can't believe it. More billionaires should be like Bill and Melinda Gates, right, and the world, right, would be so much of a better place, right. So I see somewhere, yeah, that one of the politicians said that Britain needs a crash course diet, right, to help with the food crisis. you know, you know, Tory politicians, yeah, can come out. Well, a Tory politician, but it might have been one of the Tory papers actually, right? But these people can come out with some absolute bullshit. Do you know what I mean? Just some real bullshit these people can come out with. Do you know what I mean? And not care about anything. Do you know what I mean? And that's how they deal with shit, right? You know, we got I think 5 million people, yeah, in food poverty in Great Britain. You have to say, I wonder what Jacob Rees-Mogg, the multi-millionaire, thinks about that. The cheap shoes for peasants and food banks are so uplifting. Yeah, that's fucking helpful, isn't it? Right now, that's very helpful, right? Because there's no cheap shoes and there's no food in the shops, right? But these are all the things that you Brexiters was promised, right? Where's the sunny uplands? Right? Where the hell is our unicorn each? Right? I mean, there's so far not one bonus, not one, nothing. And then we got Brexit. So when you have, right, when you, right, Brexiters vote a clown to lead this country, to represent us, right? There's always going to come a stage here where he looks like an absolute fool internationally. Because of course, I mean, was you expecting anything else from Boris Johnson? Seriously, was you expecting anything else, yeah, than an utter clown show fiasco, right? When we heard him speaking to Jeff Bezos, yeah, and Jeff Bezos just said, well, you know something, yeah, well, you know, I'm not going to pay extra. I'm not going to pay extra tax off my own back, mate. Charge basically charge me the extra tax, and then you find out, yeah, that Amazon's tax is like it's under 3%, right? Which are quite which means, yeah, that Amazon made 20 billion, right? 20 billion, right? And they paid something like 400 and something million in tax, right? And you're telling me, right, that why the hell would you be going to Jeff Bezos? Because it's not his fault, right? That you are a bunch of fucking idiots, right? So basically, yeah, Jeff Bezos, right, tax, right, is only slightly more than the new tax that they have just imposed on all of us, So Brexiters, is this what you voted for? Is this what you voted for? This type of right? You can clearly see how badly this country's run. As I told you before, go and watch the video on how Trinidad and Tobago dealt with coronavirus. Right? You can clearly see, right, that the man that you have imposed on us, right, go, listen, if you ask Boris Johnson to run a bath, yeah, I'm telling you, he's gonna flood your house. Right, that's for definite. He might not flood it the first time, might even be the second time, but by the fifth time your house is gonna be flooded. Because the man is an absolute, he is a complete incompetent, right? And now, right, you're seeing this because now he looks like an absolute arse internationally. He has made us, right, look stupid internationally, like a big bunch of thicko racist idiots. That's what Boris Johnson has made us look like. Bunch of idiots, right? He's gone to go and see Biden, right? After they made their big announcement, AUKUS, we're going to AUKUS, and we're going to stick it to the French, and then we're going to go after the Chinese. Yeah, just used by the Americans. The Americans just like, you know what? Yeah, don't worry. We'll bring them on board. Do you know what I mean? For what for anything to do with like military power, war, right? We've always got we always can rely on the Brits. When it comes, we can always rely on them when it comes down to any military power and war. And he's made us look like, right, because the trade deal. Yeah, there was never going to be like, because he probably thought to himself, well, if I jump on this, yeah, then like Biden's got to give me a trade. Biden's just like, no, man, there's no, I'm not feeling that right now. Do you know what I mean? Because when Obama says you'll be at the back of the queue, yeah, it's simple because when they're doing trade deals, yeah, especially with America, right? These things with America, yeah, you're probably looking at a minimum of like between 8 and 12 years to do a trade deal with America. Right? There's no shortcuts in these things. Right? Britain, right, has thrown itself out in the cold, yeah, thinking, oh yeah, we're an empire. But we've lost all of the empire now. The whole of the empire is gone. And being made to look like a fool in America yesterday, yeah, just shows you that the whole of the empire thing is done. There's nothing left of it now. Right? Nothing left of it. Okay? Nothing left of it. Right? So America's gone. Right? New Zealand's gone. Canada's gone. Right? India's gone. Africa, Nigeria's gone. Oh God. Oh God. There's so much more. There's loads more. There's loads more. Right? They're all gone. Right? Right? It's finished now. Right? We don't no longer rule the waves. Right? Just think of what it is, right, that we have got to offer the world now. Right? At the head of the EU, we had so much to offer the world. Right? We had so much because whatever's made in the EU, right, can be a reflection on us as well. Because most people needed Britain as a footprint to get into the EU. Right? It's Britain is what. Hold on. We're the only English-speaking country in Europe. Are we? Hold on. Are we? We're the only English-speaking country in Europe. Don't tell me I've only just realised that. Just trying to. Hold on. I know English will be second language in most of the other European countries, but I think we are. So that right there, right, is what we've lost. A major footstep into the EU. Right now, I mean, just tell me what is it that Britain had that we've got? I mean, with the trade deal with the Americans. I mean, what did we have to offer them? Mollusks. Well, we've got loads of we can supply the Americans all the mollusks they want, the cockles and the winkles, as much as they want. We can supply the Americans as much as they want. right? And that, yeah, well, I mean, that wouldn't help. Not with leaving the EU. None of that's going to help. None of that's going to help. Do you know what I mean? Right? We have shot ourselves, yeah, in both feet and both fucking hands, right? Right? And look, we've been made to look like international dummies, right? Because remember Boris Johnson, yeah, attacking, attacking previous, attacking Barack Obama, right, and making himself look stupid, right? You know what you need to check out, right? I saw an interview, yeah, on Channel 4, right? One of the Channel 4 journalists, right? I swear, he made Boris Johnson look like a complete and utter idiot, right? Because they was talking about when Barack Obama, when Obama, because Boris Johnson said back, that we're going to get a quick deal with the Americans, and then he said, well, the president, and I said, we're going to get a quick deal, and the journalist said to him, no, no, because the president in that time was Obama, and he told you you're going to be at the back of the queue. That's what he told you, back of the queue, right? So that's where we are, at the back of the queue, right? Because you know something, yeah, there is a special relationship between us and America, right? And that special relationship, yeah, is that they, right, are most of them are Brits or from the or from the United Kingdom or from Europe. Okay, that's who they are. That's what the special relationship is. Right? They've got a special relationship with every single European country as well. Okay, there's plenty of Italian Americans, French Americans. Okay, there's plenty of them. Well, I know Spain is more like South America, but you get the point. Right? So that's what the special relationship is. So when these guys say, "Oh, the special relationship, yeah, is they are just simply us. That's all. That's what the special relationship is. Nothing else. Do you know what I mean? Nothing else.